Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. As an avid reader who got her start on the greats, Wattpad and AO3, dark romance has always been something that I've read, always something that I've gravitated towards. There's just something about an evil man and a badass woman that is able to bring him to his knees that I just find so addicting. And now as an adult woman, I just get so giddy about the domesticity between Beast and his prey, and I thought it would be a lot of fun to talk about some dark romances today. Some of these are some of my favorite dark romances. I think most of these are pretty much favorites of mine, and maybe you find some new books, dark romances you want to read. First set of books that I want to recommend, really I would recommend this author. If you're looking for dark romance, Penelope Sky is your way to go. If I remember correctly, I discovered this series on a reading app, which was definitely pirating books, but I didn't know that. I did pay for it, so I was like, yeah, this is fine. But it was definitely, looking back, it was definitely pirating books. And this is where I found these books. I found them maybe scrolling through the app. And honestly, I've never been the same since. I read these for the first time back in 2019. So yes, I was very young. I think I was maybe 15 years old when I read these books. Hey, too young to be reading these. But this is still, to this day, one of my favorite dark romance series I have ever read. And when people are looking for dark romance books to read, I'm like, have you read this? Have you read this? Literally any book by Penelope Sky, I will recommend to you because they're all fantastic. But today I'm going to talk about the Buttons and Lace series. This is the first 3 books in the series. I bought these a while ago. I haven't purchased the rest in the series yet because they are expensive. So haven't gotten around to that yet. But the first 3 books follows one couple, and the other 3 in the series follow his brother and his relationship. So the first book, Buttons and Lace, is about this woman, Pearl. She kind of gets kidnapped and sold to an evil little man, and our main love interest kidnaps her back to kind of, she's like, oh, he's rescuing me. No, girl, he's taking you for revenge. So that's how their relationship starts, because the man who bought her in the first place kind of did some shitty things to his family, and he's like, you know what, you look like my best chance at revenge at that guy, so I'm gonna take you from him and torture you and whatever. But that doesn't happen, and they fall in love. This series is so good. Every book in the series I rated 5 stars. I rated this whole series 5 stars. Every single book is incredible, and they're not huge. They're like 300 pages each, so they're like this, fast and breezy. You can read this in a day. So it is so good, and the rest of Penelope Sky series are interconnected. So all of her books are like one big universe of different mafia men in different parts of the world, and it's incredible. Some are more gothic, some are more fun. These are not as fun. These are this is dark, but it's really good. And there's even a spin-off of their children, which is also really fucking good. Another series of books that I read probably at a young age was the Monsters in the Dark series by Pepper Winters. Pepper Winters is also one of my favorite dark romance authors. I haven't read her books in a while, but I read most of them way back when I was also too young. Guys, listen, we are not here to talk about my past indiscretions. I'm just here recommending you books. But yes, I was, I think, too young when I read these. It's a bit hard to admit, guys. I really needed some parental intervention because I shouldn't have been reading this. But the Monsters in the Dark series is similar to the Buttons series by Penelope Sky. Our female main character, Tess, gets sold. But she gets sold to Q, and he actually buys women, rehabilitates them, and then sends them back home. So he kind of saves the women, but Tess is a bit different. He kind of likes this one, and they fall in love, and there's a ton of stuff that happens. It's really a roller coaster, guys. There's like 4 books, maybe 5 in the series, and it's so freaking good. It will keep you fed. Similarly to Penelope Sky's books, Pepper Winters has a lot of dark romance books, and they're all connected, and we see some crossover, which is a lot of fun. Then for my dark fantasy romantasy lovers, you have the Dirty Blood series by Penelope Barsetti. And you're like, Caitlin, how's there 2 Penelopes on this list? They're the same person. Penelope Barsetti is Penelope Sky's fantasy pen name, so she writes fantasy dark fantasy romance under this pen name. And they're incredible. They're also amazing. So the Dirty Blood series is a vampire dark romance series, and it is very good. The first in the book follows this woman, and I think she has like a special type of blood that means she doesn't get sick by this illness that has been plaguing her kingdom. So a vampire takes her because she's maybe like a sacrifice, if I'm remembering correctly. And she's like, wait, there's something different about you, girl. And she's like, yeah, duh, I'm fucking hot and my blood is super cool. So the whole series follows some vampire shenanigans. The first 3 books follows one couple, and the other 3 follows a different couple. Just like her other pen name, Penelope Sky, Penelope Barsetti has, the whole series is kind of interconnected. There's like another fantasy trilogy that is also kind of connected to this series, and then other different type of fantasy series she's writing that is also like in this world, and they're also good. They're also good if you are looking for a new dark romance author. Penelope Sky, Pepper Winters, like you'll be set with those. Then speaking of vampires, 2 books I have read recently, which is Blood Orange and Black Rose by Karina Halley. Listen. I have read Black Sunshine a really long time ago, and I recently reread the series, and I decided, you know what? Let me pick up Blood Orange, and it was amazing. It was better than Black Sunshine, which I didn't think was possible, but it is really good. Blood Orange follows Voltu, and Voltu is kind of the main inspiration of Bram Stoker's Dracula. Like this man is Dracula, and the story is about him in Venice and a witch that was sent to kill him. Now the thing about this witch, Dahlia, she's a witch, she's a vampire slayer, and she's been training her whole life to slay and kill vampires because they killed her parents. Yikes. So she is sent on a mission to like gather information because some spell book went missing, and she is sent to kill Dracula. The funny thing is about this little thing, you see, Dahlia's kind of destined to be with Dracula in the sense that she is like his wife, reincarnated 3 times. So the thing is, so that's fun. So if you've watched Castlevania, it is basically Dracula's wife dies. She dies. He's like, what the fuck, bro? And he goes on like a murderous rampage. Hundreds of years go by. She gets reincarnated again. She dies again. And now she's back. And he doesn't know it's her because she's wearing like a glamour spell because, hello, she's here to kill him. So they both don't know that they're destined to be together. It is so good. It is so good. The second book is even better. I don't think that was possible, but I would have given the second book 6 stars if I could. It was just so good. So if you're looking for a vampire romance and you're looking to be obsessed with some books, go read this series. Now let's talk about the apocalypse. Okay, I will never stop recommending these books. I feel like Laura Thalassa's Rhapsodic series gets a lot of heat, And this series is not talked about enough. I don't know why y'all are sleeping on the series. It is so good. So this is the Four Horsemen series by Laura Thalassa. This is the first book in the series, Pestilence. So each book follows a different horseman of the apocalypse and them finding a woman and falling in love. So Pestilence is sickness. So he's the first wave of apocalypse and he brings disease, sickness. And it seems like Miss Girl is the only one that can get sick. So she kind of tries to kill him at the start and he's like, you think you can kill me? Bitch, I'm a fucking deity. I'm not gonna die by being blown up and set on fire. It will hurt though, and I will make you pay for that. But so it's like a captive romance. It's incredible. It's incredible. I love it. And they got brand new covers recently, so pretty. Then the next in the series is War. I think this is my least favorite in the series. It's a bit thicker. So this man obviously brings war, and it's like kind of like, how can I describe it? It's like very similar to alien romances where they kind of meet and he's like, wife, I'm my wife now, duh. So it's kind of like that. I don't really like it as much as the others in the book, but it is pretty good and it was really fun. Then for my favorite in the series, Famine, this man obviously brings hunger and famine, and he's a bit of a dick. He's mean, he's evil, and he's like, all of y'all humans kind of fucking suck and you all deserve to die. And his girl is like, what? Girl, no. And he's like, what? Girl, maybe. Like, I know you don't deserve to die. Maybe we just kill all of them except you. And she's like, bitch, no, you can't do that. So it's this story. They go on like an adventure together, if I remember correctly. I can't remember why. I haven't read this in a while, but it is really good. Famine is my favorite. Then we have Death. This man is like he like kills people with like a snap of his fingers. And there's this girl that has been avoiding him for like years and years and years, and they're destined to be together. Like all of these couples are destined to be together. Like that was the whole point of this, I guess. So Death is really fun. It's a lot different from the others. Death, you would assume, is very grouchy and grumpy, but he is kind of a trickster, and he gives me a lot of Carden vibes from Cruel Prince. So if you like that, you'll probably like Death. Then another book I have read recently, which is Death Valley, also by Karina Halley. I wanted to include this here because this is kind of like a zombie romance book, and zombie in the sense that I mean is that our female main character's sister has been missing for like 4 years and no one in the police is doing anything. They're like, girl, she dead? Let's just forget about it and move on. And she's like, no, I at least want to find her body. So she reads about this man in the paper and she's like, wait, this guy kind of is a tracker and he has to find people on this mountain where my sister has gone missing before. So let me just ask him. Let me just pay him heaps and bounds of money and maybe he'll help me. And he's like, you know what, yeah, I'll help you. And they venture up in the mountain. And there's kind of some shit happening in the mountains, and by shit I mean flesh-eating human beings that don't age, and they're kind of scary. So this was the first horror romance I have ever read, and it is incredibly good. It is really good, and it is scary. It was like, the way I would describe this is like, when I read this, I felt the same way I do when I watch like horror films. That's like me yelling at the people for being fucking dumb. Like, yes, let's maybe get off the zombie mountain and go home. But they're like, no, let's stay on the zombie mountain and get eaten. Guys, I was like, what the fuck are we doing? So it felt a lot like that, and it was really entertaining. it was really entertaining. The last book I want to talk about today is Nocticadia by Carrie Lake. Now, I have read a book by this author before and I liked it, so I was like, you know what? Gothic romances aren't really my thing. I mean, I haven't read Gothicana or any of that, so I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this. But I really ended up enjoying it. It was really good. Nocticadia follows our main character. Her mother died. And her mother died by, she was kind of crazy. She was like, black worms were coming out of her mouth. She was insane. She was trying to kill everyone. So this girl was like, that is very odd. And then she gets a letter from this fancy smancy college at like on an island, and they're like, hey, so you know those worms you were talking about and everyone has been gaslighting you and telling you they're fake? They're not fake, they're actually pretty real, and we have this hot professor here and he studies them and he's super hot. Have we mentioned that? He's super hot and he's like so mysterious and he's working on them. He has like all the answers. So she's like, I know what I must do. So she goes to the university and she kind of pesters this man. She's like, bitch, let me be your assistant. Let me help. I have tons of questions. My mom kind of died and I want to know what these worm stuff is. Like, it's kind of crazy. It's just like, she was like vomiting worms. He's like, everyone's like, you're so crazy. He's like, no, I know I'm not crazy. Please let me help. So they kind of form like this student-professor relationship, and then they form like this professor-assistant relationship, and then they form a relationship, and it's very good. And there's a lot of things that I was like, what? They did what now? And it was really fun. It was really dark gothic. We had this element of doing some flashbacks like between the past and the future, and it was really fun to see. And I kind of am just obsessed with the couple, like Devrick and Lilia. I love you guys. I love you guys. So that was really incredible. I really love that book. Okay guys, that is all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. We talked about a bunch of dark romance books. I think most of these are some of my favorite dark romance books I have ever read. That list is incredibly wrong because, like I said, I read a lot of dark romances and I feel it's very difficult to find dark romances that are different and that aren't copy-paste mafia, your mind romances. So I hope these bring a bit of newness to your reading. If you read any of these, let me know down below. If you have read any of these down below, let me know. No! If you have read any of these, let me know down below. And then remember to like and subscribe. It is completely free and it helps the channel, it helps me. It lets me know, hey, Caitlin, we like your face and we want to see you do more videos. And I was like, yes. Thank you. Don't forget to follow me on social media. The notification will pop down here. Maybe here. I don't know. It's confusing. Anyways, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you when I see you. Bye-bye.